hear you.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna kill you.
No. Do you see it? All the cells, they're all empty. And there's blood. Oh no. There were people in there just like us. They didn't know their place either, and now they're dead. They've simply dissolved because they dared to disobey the suppressor. By the gods. This is what will happen to us too.
I'm sorry, do you...
I knew it was a mistake to leave in the first place.
Axiom, calm down. So far, you haven't gotten hurt yet. So far, you're all good. No need to panic. We've been doing pretty darn well. Like I said, I've been taking all the hits for you, buddy. So, relax. Let's see. Just take remorse. I was like, oh my goodness. I was trying to back up. I was like, oh, so annoying. You're gonna make me cast spells now. Boon. Light magic. Oh yeah. Arcane Fever rose 16%. Uh-huh. Let's see. What the? Okay. There's the key. Open door. How am I supposed to get to the key? Do I have to go through the novice door? Maybe there's a switch or something? Oh. You can grab and move items by aiming at them and okay, maybe I have to put something on top. Take the key to freedom. If I don't put something on top of this, it'll probably... Okay, come on now. Human heart. Dude. Let me place something on top of this. I think I already messed it up. I had something. Okay. Place it on the pedestal. Place it on the pedestal. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm not playing basketball here. Come on, game. I'm horrible at sports. Drop the heart. Physics. Stop. Stop. Oh my goodness. Seriously. We're going to die because I can't... You know what? I'm curious to just grab the key and see what happens, even though it's going to be a very bad idea. Okay. That seemed too easy. That seemed way too easy. Okay. Really? That was it? Oh, come on. Not that I'm complaining. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. No. Can't you see? We're back where we...
We're back where we started?
What? Leave me alone!
Wow, Ixon.
The Suppressor's punishment. It will be horrible.
Why are you so afraid of the Suppressor? I haven't seen anything.
No, you haven't. Because you're blind. The Suppressor is here, in every single stone, in every bone, in every drop of blood, and yet you are too blind to see it.
Wow, okay. Hey, I'm trying to be helpful
I
here.
should have known. I mean, what can you expect from someone who has killed his entire family?
Hold on.
I followed you because for a brief moment, you made me want to believe, and now you've dragged me into the abyss along with you.
I don't understand it. Who are you? A part of me? An illusion?
Of course I'm a part of you, and you are a part of me. Isn't that obvious? But I should have known you wouldn't understand. You're too weak. You always were.
Well, that's not helpful at all. There must be a way out of here.
No, there isn't. Just look at us. Look at what we are. We are the damned because we are trapped too deeply in the past. And that's why we do not deserve freedom.
Are you trying to convince me of this, or are you trying to convince yourself of this? Which I guess if you are part of me and I'm part of you, that's a yes. Oh well, time to take a nap. Nap time. Right. So, yeah. Everything I did was pointless. I tried to leave the prison together with Aikson, but there is no way out. Just what binds me to this place? Is there something that I'm missing?
What? Leave me alone! The Suppressor's punishment. It will be horrible.
Take the bucket? What am I missing? Open shackle? Okay. Whoa, whoops, sorry. What is going on? Sleep in the hay pile? Not really sure what to do next. Is it because I didn't do what I was supposed to do with the Key of Freedom? Huh. What am I supposed to do next? I'm wondering... Oh... He said the suppressor... I'm blind, I haven't seen the suppressor, but the suppressor says the suppressor's been here the whole time. Which means, is he saying that he's the suppressor? Ixon is the suppressor. He's the one who's been making him lose hope this entire time. That's what Ixion was saying. He's the suppressor. He's the one who's suppressing hope. Because he's the one who's complaining, even though he hasn't been doing anything and clearly things have been going our way. He's the one.
Well, well. So you figured it out? Yes. I am what keeps you in this place.
I did figure it out.
Was it blind rage that made you act, or have you truly understood who I am?
Oh, I truly understood who you were.
Have you understood what drives you and determines your actions? The salt corrodes your skin, and the water filling your lungs is cold. But you still haven't found it, child, have you?
Wow, okay, that was a pretty neat thing. Nice. So am I done with my harrowing? Yes, no, maybe? Oh no, there's more. Jespar! Ooh, I don't mind staying here for a while. Jespar! Waking up in a strange bed next to a handsome young man like that. This is the part of the trial I could get used to. What the heck? Yeah, stay away from the creepy looking thing and head to the handsome looking thing.
Oh, hey. Good to see you awake. How are you feeling?
Where are the others? Dunwar, Kalia, Master Batar.
Good question. The room was empty when I came here. Actually, that's quite weird now that you mention it. The entire temple seemed kind of deserted. But, probably a ceremony or something like that. Now, tell me, how are you holding up? I heard this trial's quite the feat. Apparently some of the novices never wake up again.
Oh. Tired. Where are we, Jespar?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise. You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixen guy. I think the others are already awake, but I didn't want to leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay.
Aww. That's
hey,
so
you are a
sweet.
keeper of the first sigil now, aren't you?
I am?
I believe congratulations are in order.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thanks, Jespar. Oh, that's so sweet. I thought that Jespar said he was leaving, but I'm not complaining. I'm not letting it get to my head.
Well, you shouldn't. Do you know why? Because you're pathetic. Simply pathetic.
Oh, I think this is part of the trial. Yeah, I think this is part of the trial. Jespar, say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. Excuse me?
I said you are pathetic.
Ooh, here we go.
At first, we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone. You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
Serious?
As if you'd ever accept that.
Wow.
You humans are always so damn persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you, prophet, you are the biggest joke of all.
Wow, okay.
You are nothing but an urchin.
A weakling.
Yeah, you...
And a murderer.
Right.
That is why you will burn. All of you.
Ooh.
The cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
So you're the ones behind it, aren't you? Why are you doing this? What have we done? So you are the ones behind it, aren't you? Why are you doing this? What have we done to you?
What have you done to us? You are so naive.
That's why I'm asking.
The world
To educate
is an
myself.
interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did, even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up. Keep on stumbling through the mist.
Okay. I'm waking up. Wake me up before you go. Sorry, cleansing man. I ain't afraid of you. You can taunt me all you want, but I ain't afraid of you. Oh. Wow. Again? Deja vu. Is this like Groundhog Day? Although... He's... Dunwar. Wow, Dunwar. That doesn't look particularly... That is quite a talent, sir. Look at that. That is a talent.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one. How are you? You look exhausted.
It's alright, I suppose. Thanks for asking. You had a bad dream. Smiling. Shocks of shocks. I am...
Of course. Sorry. That remark was a little redundant. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
So, does that make us keepers now?
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this... cycle.
Yeah.
This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
Welcome to my world, sister. And... I figured. What do you make of all this? The cycle, this cleansing?
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
I wish I could say that with the same conviction as him. To be honest, I don't really think I've understood all of what's happened to me yet.
Yes, I believe that. It's a great responsibility you've been given. And as impressive as your skills are, I would not want to change places with you.
So, what's the next step?
Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
We both? What about Dunwar? Oh no, did Dunwar not make it?
Right. Dunwar. The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good.
Oh no.
It's likely that he'll never wake up again.
Oh no. I mean, maybe a little self-control would he was a bit of a jerk and a bit pompous and brash, but he didn't deserve that. I don't think that anyone really deserves that. Maybe a little self-control would have done him good. It was simple man food would have surprised him if he passed. He will die. He doesn't deserve that.
No, in spite of everything.
Right, in spite of everything.
You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left.
Oh, poor guy.
And who knows? Maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance.
Yeah.
But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
Come to know Kalia better. Oh, cool. Come to know Kalia better. Dunwar was the last of his bloodline?
Yes. All of the Dalmordans fell victim to the Great Flesh Maggot Plague of 8215. Actually, it was almost sad to see him running around and boasting about his nobility, though everyone knew that without the help of the Order, he would have probably ended up living in a shack in the Undercity. If you can call that living.
You don't seem to be too shaken up over this. The death of the Lightborn, I mean.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact that to me, as opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the Exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy.
Kalia is pretty cool. I like her a lot. She's very level-headed and she's grounded and she's an awesome character. You talk about the Lightborn and their ideas as if they wouldn't have cost thousands of lives. They weren't as benevolent as you make them out to be. Sure, I'll say this.
That's true. A lot of crimes were committed during the Lightborn's reign, and I don't want to minimize that. But I also think a lot of those crimes were unavoidable, so to speak.
I can understand that.
Imagine you're the king of a small island, and one day your realm gets attacked by a fleet of Scarab Reavers. The invasion catches you completely off guard, and within a few hours, the Reavers have advanced to the farmland, just a few feet from your city's main gates. And before you know it, you have to make a decision. Will you use the time that remains to entrench your army within the city's walls to have a better chance of surviving a siege? Or do you send them into the field to fight the Reavers there, knowing that there is only a slight chance to save the farmers, but a big risk that you will lose both the city and the farmers?
Yeah, that's a tough choice. I'd draw back into the city. Better to have a big chance to save the entire realm than a small one to save a handful of farmers. I'd take my chances in the open field. If I didn't at least try, the farmer's blood would be on my hands. Ooh, that's tough. But what would Angelus do? What would he do? I think Angelus is a bit of an idealist to a fault. Idealist to a fault. I'd take my chances in the open field. If I didn't at least try, the farmer's blood would be on my hands. This is probably the quote-unquote non-optimal answer, but I think it's the one that Angelus would be satisfied in. I'd like to take my chances in the open field if I didn't at least try.
It would, yes. But what if your foray fails, and ends up being the reason why the Scarab can break through the city's fortifications? Wouldn't that, too, make you responsible for all the townsfolk they would kill once they got in?
That's a good
point.
point.
What I'm trying to say is, It doesn't matter what you do.
Exactly.
There will be people who will despise you for your decision.
Right, so I have to be pleased
If
with
your
my own
attempt to rescue
decision.
the farmers fails, you will be accused of having acted blindly and idealistically. And if you just stay in the city, they will say you didn't even try.
Exactly.
Of course, there's a small chance the foray might work, but should decisions like that really be made as if they were a game of dice? As I said, I don't mean to absolve the Lightborn of their crimes, but I'd wager my left hand that they had a lot of similar decisions to make.
Yeah, I understand that. This is really cool. This is a really cool conversation. I love this. I love this a lot. The other thing that I'm really intrigued about is I'm sure we will, but I am very intrigued about what is the truth behind Angelus's past with his family. They keep saying that he killed his family and implying that he murdered his family. What is the truth behind that? I am really curious, and I feel like the game is just continually teasing us about it. Interesting thought. Speaking of Dunwar, what was that thing at the ritual place all about? He called you a witch.
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later, you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
I wouldn't have asked if I weren't interested. Shoot.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember? How come?
I wish I knew.
That's it? Was that it?
What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
What?
The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. And the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh.
And this is when you were 6?
Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
Why did those men attack you?
Well, it turned out the riders were hunters who had come from that village. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the writers think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
Wow. They really thought a 6-year-old child destroyed an entire village? That's ridiculous.
For you, maybe. For them, as simple people, it was probably the best explanation they had. And think about it, it's not that far off. A motherless child who neither talks nor breathes steadily is found abandoned on the roadside and has a strange mark on her face. They leave to go hunting, and when they come back, they find their village in ruins with that foundling child being the only survivor. You have to admit, it's not that much of a stretch, even if those men hadn't been superstitious farmers.
I see. And these men wanted to do what exactly? Take revenge?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
They brought you into the Undercity, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You
Thinking
grew
about
up in
it
the
now,
Undercity.
I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act. Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my second year.
Master Tyrus? A keeper adopted you?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here.
Oh.
Yeah. He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it.
I love this conversation, how the characters are walking
Of course,
around.
the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
I love... This is something I don't think I've ever really seen much in BioWare games either, where you talk to a character and then they walk around the room, like she went up to the window and then she coming here to the bed. That's really artistically well done, in my opinion. Why is the Order so preoccupied about Pathless trying to get into their ranks? It's not like we both don't have our reasons.
That's right, we do. But we are both still pathless, and that disqualifies us according to the Holy Verses. I guess now you understand why I was never as connected to Malphas's teaching as Dunwar was. To some of the Keepers, I am still an outcast, and no matter what I do, I always will be.
Well, it's those people that we're trying to save, so they better take that in consideration. So, he just saw you and decided to adopt you? That sounds too good to be true, to be honest.
It does, yes. But then, he had lost both his wife and daughter 5 years before he found me, so maybe I was some kind of substitute. I don't know. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I owe him everything. He was a good man, and that's all that matters.
So, Master Tyrus granted you the novitiate, the novitiate.
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened to Master Tyrus? Where is he now?
Gone. He was very old, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. But I'd prefer not to talk about it, if you don't mind.
Sure. You've already opened up to me more than you needed to. You're definitely not the fisherman's daughter from the village, I'll give you that.
No, I guess I'm not.
So that means Dunwar believes that... So what that means Dunwar believes that this story about you being responsible for the destruction of that village is actually true?
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my presence in the Order. From then on, they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon Child, Witch, whatever they could come up with.
I saw your skills, and you're the only one who made it through the trial. The way they treat you personally has more to do with jealousy than anything else.
Maybe. But everything I'm capable of is the fruit of hard work. Though they will never acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important. On my goals.
That's the spirit. Silver lining and all that. Which would be?
Several. But I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future. Maybe.
I look forward to it. Whoa, wow. Leveled up, received 5 learning points, 3 crafting points, and 1 memory point. Choose an attribute you would like to raise. 8 mana for right now. Completed, 2 souls, part 1. Let's talk later. I should go see the Grandmaster now.
You should. It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
Oh yeah, sure. That would be nice.
Good. Then get your gear from the chest by your bed and we'll go.
Sure. Part of something momentous, part 3. Okay, so none of the stuff that was... Okay, cool. So let me grab all my stuff. Ooh, completed. Take your equipment from the chest. My chest. Oh. Wow.